this Aaron Rodgers interview with Pat McAfee.
Hello, Mr. Handsome.
How's my internet?
First of all, I'm not the biggest fan of Pat McAfee. Got a good show, but I think he's kind of weird. Or kind of annoying, I should say. He just called Aaron Rodgers handsome. That's okay.
Okay.
I know they're like close and
your
stuff,
internet's
but
great. I know you're.
I don't know. I just think this whole situation is kind of weird. It's cool that they have Aaron Rodgers on here, but so I watched this interview. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but Jared said from the show that we did, Steelers Central, that Aaron Rodgers is a diva and he doesn't want him on the Steelers. While I disagree with the fact that I don't want him on the Steelers. The Steelers have put themselves in this spot. They put themselves in a position where they have to take a guy like Aaron Rodgers because the franchise has been run into the ground by terrible management, being the Rooneys and Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is an absolute clown, and he has ruined this team. And he's got a guy like Aaron Rodgers who they're waiting on to hear from, and they're not going to hear from him because he can't make a decision. And he pretty much told the Steelers to move on. So if they want to. So this whole interview with Pat McAfee, it was pretty weird. I think Aaron Rodgers, I don't really know what to think about the guy after this interview. This interview kind of changed my views. I still want him on the Steelers because he's a good talent, but he's just a really weird guy. I mean, the stuff that he said on this show, like the Steelers can move on and I don't know what I want to do and I've got a lot of personal stuff going on, and what the Jets said to him in a meeting. First of all, they telling the Steelers they can move on if they want to. I think this is the first time he said that to them. And he said it on a show. You don't need to say that on a show, man. You can say that to them directly in private. You don't have to say it on a show. You don't have to say any of this stuff on a show. After this, I'm like, man. And Aaron Rodgers, West Coast guy, I think he's an intelligent guy. He's too smart to just not know that, first of all, he's causing a lot of issues for the Steelers by just stringing them along. He's causing a lot of turmoil for fans, for several teams. He's causing a lot of turmoil for the Steelers fans. He has stuff going on in his personal life that he said about, that he's not going to get into, of course. He just doesn't know what he's going to do. He might retire. And what I think is hilarious about all this too is I think ultimately he's going to end up playing for the Steelers because he loves this drama. He loves this attention. I think he knows what he's doing. He knows what kind of attention this brings. He knows what he's doing. He loves causing these issues. He loves, I think, being in the spotlight. It's because otherwise he wouldn't come on here and say this stuff. He doesn't need to come on Pat McAfee show. This freaking Pat McAfee guy. He doesn't need to come on here and to say all this stuff. He could just say this in private. He didn't have to put the Jets on blast. He did that. He put the Jets on blast. I mean, he just didn't need to do that. The Jets moved on from him. I wonder why. He's a diva, man. He's a diva. He's just a weird guy. I'm not trying to judge him, but man, when you have fans like the Steelers fans, like me, waiting to hear, I mean, this is so dumb that it's weird. It's just a weird thing that he's doing where he feels that he needs to come on a show and talk about all of this stuff and say the Steelers can move on if they want. Dude, you don't need to say that on a show. You can say that in private to them. They probably didn't even know that. It's just he loves drama. He loves attention. He's just an awkward, like, attention-seeking guy. It's just strange. It's just strange the way he conducts himself. I mean, he's won one Super Bowl when he was younger, never got back there, lost in numerous title games. I think he's definitely first ballot Hall of Famer, but this, I think, tarnishes his legacy the way he's acting like this. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. His legacy is just, like, it's not going to be that great. And even if he comes back to the Steelers and, goes to the Steelers and, like, say he wins a Super Bowl, his career is going to be known for just all the drama. So that's what he's going to be known for, is the drama and the way he conducted himself. I mean, the way he's acting right now is so stupid. Like, it's just, there's no other word for it. I just think it's weird. I think he's just a guy that he loves to stir stuff up. I mean, this is just an odd interview. Like, he's on here talking about himself, and it's just like, bro, can you just, like, stop? Like, Steelers fans do not care at all about your weirdo conversation. They just want to know, are you playing football or not? He could have done it as a big night out. I guess a lot of people thought that this was going to happen. This is when he was going to announce where he's playing. And then he gives us this whole spiel. Like, I think it just depends on what kind of mood he's in. But he's a talented guy, but I just think he's too strange. And he's either going to play for the Steelers, which they might just get sick of him and say, you're not playing here. And then he'll blame the Steelers for bailing on him. Or he'll just retire, and then he'll probably blame everyone else except for himself that he had to retire. I think this is a guy that he has played football his whole life. He's gotten a lot of attention with that, and he doesn't know how he'll handle not getting that attention. Like, I don't think he can handle going into the background and not to be talked about again. I don't think he likes that idea of it. Therefore, he thinks he should come back. Like, he definitely loves attention. So he loves attention. He loves this, and acting like he doesn't. Like, he loves attention. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And I think that's part of the conversation for him, or the decision for him, is like, do I want to get away from football and then people will forget about me? Because people will. They'll forget about him. Because of the way he conducted himself. I mean, it's just a shame that he didn't win more. He could come to the Steelers and compete for a Super Bowl, no doubt. If he wanted to, like, be on a team, he would be on a team by now. He would be on a team by now. If he truly wanted to commit, he probably would have by now. Therefore, I think ultimately he's probably just going to retire. And then if he doesn't retire, he'll go to the Steelers. But the Steelers, already, it's not what it could have been. It's kind of a bit of a bitter taste in the Steelers' mouths of, what are we getting here with this guy? When is he going to commit? This interview was just strange. I just so happened to be watching it. I didn't even know he was coming on. I don't really watch Pat McAfee that much. I'm just not the biggest fan of Pat McAfee, but I'll just play a little bit of this stuff.
That are important.
I don't really like committing to things.
Sorry. I usually have ad blocking on here, but it's not working right now. Sorry. I don't watch ads.
The key.
All right.
K4 and K5.
So I'm going to play a little bit of that interview. But Just give me a second here. So maybe I can find clips of it on the Pat McAfee show. But like I said, I usually have ad blocking on YouTube, but I don't have the ad blocking browser up. Might not be able to find it. But anyway, for those of you that did watch it, he basically talked about the teams he was talking to, what he's got going on in his life, just all kinds of stuff that it was anything but like, yeah, I'm making this decision, I'm making that decision. It was anything but that. So as fans, it was annoying. I mean, the guy was just rambling on, and it was just like, bro, what are you talking about? Like I said, I'm gonna try to pull this up, but I mean, he put the Jets on blast, and he's talked about how he flew across the country.
Out of the room. I'm like, that's kind of strange. Then he comes back with the GM, so we sit down.
And then he said, "It ain't about the money. I'll play for $10 million." I didn't even know he was going to get paid that much. Sorry, I'm small. I didn't even know he's going to get paid that much. That's another just odd statement. I'll pay for $10 million. You guys only have to pay me $10 million. That's it. I'll pay for that. Bro, I don't think you're worth more than $10 million. Yeah, I think he's just rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I don't care what happens at this point. I'm quite fed up with the Steelers and all the stupid moves they've made. I mean, good Lord. It's insane. It's insane. The fact that they're even in this position is pathetic. They should have gotten a young quarterback years ago. Big Ben is selfish and didn't help with that. He did not want to help with that. Therefore, he did not. They should have gotten a CJ Stroud.
And I would say
they should have gotten a Trevor Lawrence. I mean, there's a ton of guys that they could have gotten that they did not. And now they're in this position where they have Mason Rudolph as their quarterback. That's beyond pathetic. It's unreal how they're even in a position where this is what they have to do. They have to wait on Aaron Rodgers to make a decision. I mean, it's crazy that they have backed themselves into this corner where they're now waiting on a guy like him to make a decision. I don't know why they got Mason Rudolph back. The guy is not going to win us the Super Bowl, may not even make the playoffs. They got DK Metcalf, and then their only quarterback now is Mason Rudolph. And if they draft a quarterback in this draft, like, I'm not watching them this year. It's insane how bad this franchise is. They are almost the Pirates. They are. And some of you may say, oh, don't go that far. No, I could say that because I'm a Pirates fan. I know what it looks like to totally tank and diminish your franchise. Howdy. He didn't like his Pittsburgh visit. Where'd you hear that? Does he land in San Francisco? He just had 3,800 yards passing and 28 TDs. Standards have fallen. I don't know, man. I've heard the facilities aren't good. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe the standards have fallen. Mike Tomlin has run that into the ground. Yeah, I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers isn't good, man. Like, he's still, he's still a good quarterback. I want him on the Steelers, but he's just, man, it's like, is it worth it? All this waiting, and all this drama, I just don't think it's worth it. I'm trying to find
There's a little Australian
shorts
cookie
here.
called a.
maybe I won't be able to find them, but I'll have to get ad blocking on my Chrome browser. But yeah, you guys put your thoughts below. I'm not sure what else to really say about that, other than the fact that it's just the Steelers as a franchise are in a really tough spot. They bring in a guy like DK, and then they have Mason Rudolph as a quarterback. That is absolutely pathetic. I don't think he really wants to work with Tomlin. Yeah, I don't blame him there. Kid Cowboy, are you a Steelers fan? Subscribe if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, the standards have definitely fallen. That's for sure. That is for sure. I just, you guys put your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. Does he come to the Steelers? If you're a Steelers fan, do you want him on the Steelers? What's your thoughts on the Steelers and running themselves into the ground? I mean, it's crazy that they're in this position right now. I as a Steelers fan, I don't get what they're trying to do. Like, if they draft a rookie this year, it's essentially telling you that they give zero. They do not care at all about the future. If you think drafting a quarterback this year and not next year is the answer, then we truly know where their mind is and that they don't care about the future. They just want to make stupid decision after stupid decision, just get a winning season, and that's it, apparently. I live in the DFW my whole life. How can I be a Steelers fan? Such an odd comment. Bro, I don't even know who you are. I don't know where you live. I don't know. So the Steelers, put your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, are they going to redeem themselves with a quarterback? And Aaron Rodgers, or a quarterback in the draft next year? We'll see. But yeah. I don't think there's any quarterbacks in this draft that could even remotely be franchise quarterbacks at any point. Shedeur Sanders is going to go high, most likely, and then he's going to be a total bust. I think he'll be out of the league in 4 years. He's not going to last. They don't produce. They don't coach and mentor these young quarterbacks anymore. They just want them to win now, and then they don't. And yeah, they don't win, and then they brush them aside. Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young, like, these guys need time to develop. These guys need time to develop. They need time to they need time to become better quarterbacks in the NFL. The NFL is a totally different game than college, and they don't do that. So you bring in a guy like Arch Manning, who's immensely talented. I think he has a good head on his shoulders, has a good coach in college. He's going to go on and be a good quarterback in the NFL. And I think if you're a Steelers fan, that's who you want. You want an Arch Manning, maybe even a Drew Aller, who I think would benefit from a NFL-type coaching staff. Maybe not necessarily Mike Tomlin. I don't think he's going to be here much longer, but I'll just say this to end the Steelers discussion. If they don't get Aaron Rodgers and they keep Mason Rudolph as their starter, they're screwed. They're just trying to get a winning season. That might not happen. And if they draft a quarterback in the first round, they're screwed. You know, as a Steelers fan, they cared nothing about the future, that they just, quite frankly, don't really know what they want to do. There's no reason to take a quarterback this year. If you have to, tank and get a quarterback next year. Next year is loaded with quarterbacks. So that's it. I don't know what else to say, but